Welcome to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast, where we share tips, techniques, and true stories to support you in using the law of attraction and alchemy to create magic and live the life of your dreams. Here's your host, the founder of dailyalchemy.com, Michelle Martin Dobbins.
Hi, this is Michelle Martin Dobbins, and this is the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. And today I want to talk to you about setting some really strong, repeating intentions. And there may be another name for this, but that's just what I call them, a repeating intention. I learned about this from Joe Vitale, and I don't even know what he calls it, but let me explain to you. I heard him talk about how he has set the intention that every time he spends money, he gets more money. I believe it was worded, the more I spend, the more I earn, or more I receive. So the more money I spend, the more money I receive. And a lot of us do not have that story. We have the story that the more money we spend, the less money we have. But he has so incorporated this belief into his mind that it's natural for him to think it when he spends money, and it always works for him because it's an ongoing repetitive intention that he's kind of set up this loop, and he's seen it happen in his life. And because he's seen it happen, he knows that it's going to continue to happen. He believes that it's going to continue to happen, and it does continue to happen. I myself work with my husband at our heating and air conditioning business. And I used to get a little bit out of sorts sometimes when I would see a competitor's van or something, or I might see them, pass them on a job site and think, oh, that's a job that we didn't get. Are we losing money? Are bad things happening? And I made a couple of conscious decisions. And one conscious decision was to be really thankful for the competitors, because anybody who's in a business should be thankful for their competitors. Our business does not fill everybody's needs. And if we were the only heating and air conditioning company around here, we would be losing our minds trying to serve everyone. Because different people have different needs, different wants, and we have a certain niche, if you will, that we fit. We're not the most expensive. We're not the cheapest. We're kind of in the middle. We try to provide really good value, but we don't upsell a lot of things that we feel like are just name, brand, fancy stuff. But some people really desire that, and they go to a different company. And some people really desire the bare bones, cheapest, best, I just need to get what I can get to make this run. And I don't want necessarily quality. I want to make it through the next day with air. They're not our clients either. We're somewhere in the middle, and that's our sweet spot. And it's wonderful that there are companies who cater to everyone. So I let go of that upset about seeing competitors, and I see them as a blessing, which they really are. But I also decided when I see a competitor, I want to feel good about it. I want to really make that something juicy. So I decided to set up the intention that anytime I see a competitor's van, I make money, that our company is that's a sign that we're going to make money. And I kind of said it like this, there's $10,000, which $10,000 is a pretty big job for us, or a couple of jobs, depending. So I see that and I say, there's $10,000. And I usually say it out loud. And I've actually taken to saying it out loud in front of my children. And so now my children do it. They spot another heating and air van. And instead of saying, oh, that's not daddy's van, they say, there's another $10,000. And guess what? It pans out. Every time I'm doing this and I'm seeing vans, there's more money coming in. I'll come in and we've just sold 2 or 3 jobs. And guess what? It's at least $10,000. So I've set up this repetitive intention. I've seen it happen. And you could say it was just coincidence. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But now it's happened enough that it's something that I believe and something that happens. Just like Joe Vitale believes that the more he spends, the more he receives. I believe that every time I see another heating and air conditioning van, that's $10,000 coming into our business, and it works for me. So think about yourself, think about your life. What would be something that you would love to intend repetitively and see it work over and over and over? I'm sure that there's something that could just light you up. You may like Joe Vitale's, or if you're like me and you run a business, you may want to think about, when you see your competitors, setting up something that makes it joyful to see your competitors. there's so many options. It's just endless, but I would love to see you give this a try and let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear some of your examples of some repetitive intentions that you might set up a loop on in your life. That could be really fun for you. So if you have some, I would love for you to come and share them on my Facebook page. Come to my website, dailyalchemy.com, and you can find all the ways to get in touch with me there and share how it works for you. Have a wonderful day. Go out and create some magic, make some strong intentions, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.
Thanks for listening to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. Connect with me on thedailyalchemy.com or Facebook at facebook.com/Michelle Dobbins, author. Join us next time for even more magical life tips.